Let's turn our attention back to Bank of America. The company beat Wall Street earnings estimates by a wide margin this morning. And for more on those earnings and the outlook for Bank of America, let's go straight to the source. Brian Moynihan, he is the president and chief executive officer of B of A. He joins us this morning from Charlotte. Brian, it's always a delight to have you on the inside track. Way better than expected earnings and improvement in many of your businesses. What isn't there to like here? Why do you think the market is selling off? At least your stock is selling off.
We'll see as it opens today, Eric. But I think if you look at the quarter, we showed the power of the franchise keeps coming through. And so we had some reserve releases, but those were offset by some of the increased continued high cost and rep and warranty and other things. But we continue to do a great job with our customers and continue to earn $3 billion after tax on an operating basis. And this franchise continues to recover.
Brian, when you took over as Bank of America CEO on January 1st, you were very, very categorical about the improvement that you expected to see in credit quality. That is happening. Bank of America's net charge-offs are way down. Non-performing loans are way down. The question is, can it continue with unemployment still hovering close to 10%?
Well, Eric, we've looked at it, the rate of improvement has continued as unemployment stayed high and rose. And if you really look at it, our credit statistics are more correlated with the amount of new claims coming in. And as those issues slowed down and went to a different level, you've seen that continued improvement come through. We've got to remember we changed underwriting practices dramatically way back in 08, which is 2 years ago now, plus in the 07, 08. We also have continued to run off portfolios that had a lot more credit risk in them when we worked on that. So as you and I talked in January when I took over, we thought that the third quarter of 09 was the peak of credit costs, and it's turned out to be that way. And we had another nice improvement this second quarter, third quarter of 10.
Do you think we can expect to see the rate of improvement continue at its current pace?
Well, as the rate we're going, I'd say as you look forward, it will slow down as a rate of improvement because, as you can see, it was pretty strong this quarter, but it will continue to improve. We see delinquencies coming down in all our portfolios. We think the stabilization of the roll rates, as we call it, from one bucket of delinquency to another. We can see the American consumer healing. We see that the spending by consumers year over year is up. And so we've got a long work to get through the impact of the recession on America, but we are seeing the growth and the continued improvement of the consumer health.
Brian, I haven't had a ton of time to dig through the numbers, but it does appear as though the biggest improvement relative to loan loss provisions is in your home loan and insurance portfolio. And you have narrowed the loss in that business to just slightly less than $350 million. Do you think we might actually see that business turn a profit in the fourth quarter?
Well, we'll have to see. We have a lumpy issue there in the rep and warranty expenses. You can see it was $900 million a quarter. But yes, we're getting closer, and we expect that to return to profitability very soon.
Okay, and how do we factor in all of the noise around foreclosures and the concerns over putbacks, the likes of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the federal home loan banks demanding that the servicers and lenders like Bank of America, JP Morgan, or Citigroup, for example, repurchase loans that they say were poorly underwritten? How much of an impact is that going to have on B of A?
Well, it has an impact every quarter. If you look, we had $1.2 billion in expense last quarter, $900 million expense this quarter. But if you think about it, just using the GSEs, we've sold nearly $2 trillion of loans in the period from 04 to 08 to the GSEs, and about 1.5% of those get up for debate about whether they meet the standards. And out of every 3 loans with the GSEs, typically we end up taking one back. They end up not pursuing one, and the other one we fight about and solve. And so there's a long pattern you're seeing go through the P&L every quarter. This is not pleasant, and we would like to get through it, but we're going to defend our shareholders and make sure that any loans that come back to us, if there was mistakes made and we owe the money, we'll do it. But most times they come back, as you can see from the numbers, they don't have the defects that people allege, and we end up restoring them, and they go back in the pools and continue to go on.
Brian, right now, can you size the potential exposure there and perhaps give us a sense of how long do you think it is going to take to get out of what you described as a very unpleasant process?
Well, we had $900 million expense this quarter. There's about, if you look back in the quarters of the last 5 or 6 quarters, it runs sort of routinely about $500 million a quarter, and then there's been some catch-ups and things like that. The exact numbers might get lumpy from quarter to quarter, Eric, but what we'd say is you have to tie this into the larger process, which is getting the housing market, getting the foreclosures through the system, and kind of getting through the issues that were created by the 04, 05, 06, 07 years. And we're getting into that and getting through that. We expect that it'll take us from now through 11 and into 12 to work through all the loans and the foreclosures that we need to get done. But the reality is it's something we've been working on hard for several quarters. So last quarter we did a lot of foreclosure work. We moved a lot of homes out of our inventory, and we'll continue that this quarter. We have 25,000 people that work on this every day, and so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of expense. It's tough on the homeowners to go through it, but it is getting through the system, and frankly, it is time to get it through the system so that we can get the housing market restored back to its normalcy.
Brian, I don't need to tell you, credit cards are a huge business for Bank of America, and there was some improvement in provisions, but the revenue line is way down. Is that the new normal for Bank of America credit card business?
Well, the revenue's been coming down because we've been shrinking the risk in the portfolio. At our high point, we had probably, Eric, $250 billion in total card portfolios in the card business generally. We're down to about $175 billion, $180 billion, something like that. So we've been bringing that down, and largely that was the riskiest part of our consumer portfolio, quite frankly. And so we've been running that off because those loans were not the kind of loans we wanted. So the revenue is down, but if you look at this quarter is interesting in card because the first quarter in many quarters where the yield on our portfolio exceeds the charge-off rate, and so that's why that business has come back and is starting to make money in the last couple of quarters, and we expect it to return to more normal times. But so even though the revenue is down, the risk-adjusted revenue is actually a positive and moving up every quarter.
Brian, a quick question. I think it's my last one for you. What parts of B of A's business are running ahead of your plan, and what parts are not making the grade right now?
Well, if you separate that out, they think of it in two big buckets. On the commercial side of the house, the commercial banking business, the capital markets business, the investment banking business, and then are in very good shape and continue to make money. And you can see that in our numbers, continuing to improve. We had a nice rebound in capital markets activity this quarter. Kept the risk down and made $4.5 billion in sales and trading revenue. So those businesses are doing well. The global wealth investment management business, more financial advisors, continuing to grow the business and continues to plug along. The heart of America, in terms of consumers, was the heart of our problems in the U.S. banking system. It was the heart of Bank of America's problems, and those are the areas we're working through. Cards back to profitability, mortgages are getting close, as you said, and the deposit business, because of the changes we need to go to work on, and we're making the changes in that business to restore it over the next several quarters back to the profitability that we need to get out of that.
No question, Brian, that those are tough businesses. Are you getting the performance that you want out of the executives that you put in charge of Bank of America's key consumer businesses?
Yes, we are. We put together a team in January, and that team's been working hard to shore up the balance sheet, drive the capital levels. You can see our capital levels increased very strongly through the course of this year, drive down risk-weighted assets, and the team's working together well to drive that. This is hard work, and we inherited some problems from some companies that we acquired that have created even more hard work for us. But the team's doing great, and we're continuing to plug ahead, and we're continuing to earn $3 billion, and that's good for our shareholders.
Brian, we always like having you here in the Inside Track. Hope you come back soon. That is Brian Moynihan, the CEO of Bank of America, reporting better than expected earnings this morning.